In the old days, the lowlands used to get their building materials from their own soil. After all, the country's extensive network of rivers produced enough sand, gravel and clay for the most diverse uses. With the current demand for raw materials in concrete and road construction and the increasing shortage of space, this solution is no longer adequate. Granite Import, therefore, already started to look for raw materials elsewhere in Europe some years ago. Glen Sander, the west coast of Scotland. Here, granite displays its history, its origins, its creation in days long gone. Norway. The fjord coast 150 kilometers north of Bergen. Bremanger. An extremely hard type of stone with many possible uses. Why these locations?
It's a very good quality granite here. We're close to sheltered water and we have the benefits of economy of scale. Presently we are producing 6.5 million tonne per year, but we expect to get up to 15 million tonne per year. We've planning permission to extract 460 million tonne in the coming years, so there's a lot of rock left here to be taken out.
Obtaining the raw material gets off to a sensational start. The final inspections take place. The area is cleared. Only a few seconds separate us from a huge explosion. $350,000 tons of granite are released here from the rock face in one go. The big boys, or armour stone, are mainly used for waterworks and in the construction of dams and dikes. The large majority of the material finds its way to the glory hole, a shaft in which the stone crashes 300 meters downwards.
The material comes from the primary crusher down through the glory hole, outer tunnel onto our primary stockpile. As it comes into the processing plant, the minus 32mm material can either go straight to final product over to our right, or it can be diverted up to our wash plant on the left-hand side. The other material, the 30mm to 250mm, comes into our secondary plant, goes through a variety of crushers and screens so that we can make our single-size concrete aggregates.
B-stone. The raw product is dumped into a shaft. 160 meters deeper, there is a steel grid. The fall breaks the stones into even smaller pieces, and they are stored in a more deeply located internal depot holding approximately 50,000 tons. From here, the stone is gradually broken into pieces smaller than 120 millimeters by means of sieves and crushers. The streams are then transported to a depot at the shipping point, some 1,300 meters further along and 200 meters deeper. The effects of gravity can be felt here. No less than 1,500 kilowatts of energy is generated here, enough to keep the complete installation running at a production rate of some 2,500 tons an hour. In a quarry of this size of continuous operation, whereby enormous volumes are processed, directly automated from the quarry into the ship. The carrier, with a carrying capacity of around 100,000 tons, takes just over 24 hours to load. Due to the door sill in the lock at IJmuiden, it can only carry 85,000 tons. The deep Norwegian fjords provide direct access from the sheltered quarry to open sea. But then there's some maneuvering to be done. The Yeoman Bridge and the Yeoman Bontrup can only just squeeze through the lock at IJmuiden. At Graniet Import, the final preparations are now being made for the arrival of the self-unloading Yeoman carrier. The destination in sight, Graniet Import Benelux in Amsterdam's port zone. Immediately on arrival, a start is made on unloading. Another 85,000 tons for processing. Sorting, crushing, washing. With the aid of ISO and maximum checks and effort, we're able to supply a product that meets the requirements of our many customers. The outward trade to industry is largely conducted via inland shipping. A small proportion reaches its destination via road haulage. The uses are varied. Granite can be found in road construction, the concrete industry, the ceramics and calcium silicate brick industry, and as foundation material. B-stone is also extremely suitable for high-grade applications in asphalt and as ballast bed for the railways. The material is pure, homogeneous, strong and rough, and does a very good job here. A finer version is incorporated into various building products. Smaller grain sizes, even down to fine sand and silt, can be used for various applications. The method used will not leave any harmful traces in the landscape. The energy required is largely generated in the quarry with the aid of gravity. An extremely economical mode of transport takes the product right to the end user. The need for high-quality raw materials is only set to increase in our West European delta. Thanks to our agreements with the municipalities of Bremanger in Norway and Glensanda in Scotland, through responsible quarrying, the supply of these raw materials is safeguarded for decades.